Hello everyone. How is everyone doing? Welcome back to another live stream. Sorry for the small delay. How is your week so far? Second day. And tomorrow is going to be the big one, right? With the FOMC at 7 p.m. In 25 hours. We are going to see what the Fed is going to do. 75 or 100 basis points. We'll see. So let's take a look a little bit at the market. Update from Saturday. If you guys have any questions, if you guys want me to look at any specific pair, feel free to ask me. This is interactive, of course. I would love to see you guys comment. If you haven't subscribed yet, feel free. I'm kind of 4 subs away from 500, so let's get to those 500 subs and then to 1000 as soon as possible. Yeah, the channel is growing slowly. So yeah, thank you for everyone that has subscribed so far. Hi Max, thank you, man. Yeah, so let's take a look at it. If you remember my prediction from last Saturday, if you watch it, it was so price literally had just broken these walls. We are looking at dollar index, and my prediction was that price would kind of go up and eventually be around here Wednesday. Hi Richard. Hi man, how are you? Thank you for watching the stream. So my prediction was that on Friday, last Friday, price decided to break out these walls, right? It decided to break out this level of structure. And for me, this is an engulf to the downside. That's kind of for me, basically dollar index is more room to go to downside. However, it doesn't mean that price would just break the lows, maybe retest this next level of previous support resistance and continue to downside. That's not exactly what I was looking for. That could have been an option, but what I actually would like to see is price having a deeper retrace, like from how this move to downside. So this one would be kind of the next zone in here. From how this moved to downside, we never really had a deep retrace. Right, this never happened. Price had just made like small retraces, and that just continued, and then it paused in here. So what I would like to see is actually now the deep retrace happening. And for price to get close to these levels, we may have these left shoulders in here that maybe price wants to go and use them, or then maybe price and dollar index to continue to the downside. Not sure if price will manage to be where I kind of wanted by tomorrow, FOMC. So I would like to see by like in the next 24 hours kind of for price to be somewhere in here just before the FOMC, maybe before that spike and then go down. All right. It's alright, man. Welcome back. Let me know if you have any key level that you are looking at. Usually trade pound over, right? So let me see. Let me know when I get to pound over if you have any specific level that you are looking at for me to look at as well. So yeah, dollar index. Let's see if price gets there. Let's see if then price just retraces. That's my goal. That's what I was looking at. Oops, this is from before. We do have this trend line, which is nice. So that kind of price be respected. That kind of this trend line be respected. So price can use this trend line to go up. Nevertheless, as I mentioned, this kind of for me it's an engulf to downside. And then when price is around here, let's see what it does. I would actually prefer to see price already here in order to show some weakness, to show maybe some walls being broken, and before that maybe last movement for this similar PA like this to happen. I'm not sure if tomorrow is going to be that enough for that. So let's see. Actually, let's see if, when price eventually gets to this level. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes in there, because I want to see weakness. I want to see when price gets here. I would like to see this level kind of being able to hold price down. I'd like to see price kind of being respected in here a little bit, hopefully breaking a new low, and then we have that fake out. That would be kind of my favorite PA for that reversal, and then for price to go down. But yeah, this was something that I was expecting. Price still paused a little bit. So yesterday it was kind of a non-event almost, and today, there you go. Tuesdays mornings, they are beautiful for reversals. Oh, first of all, your birthday is close to your sister's, man. You took 40 pips for your birthday yesterday on pound, 8 consecutive wins. Amazing, man. You're in a streak. You're in a winning streak, huh? I five to you, man, and made that winning streak continue. And if by any chance you have a losing trade, hopefully you're going to have 8 more wins in a row. So yeah, man. I'll take a look in a bit at pound, and maybe you can tell me which trades are you taking. So yeah, I forgot now what I was saying. This one, right? Nice actually zoning here. Tuesdays morning, beautiful usually. Monday, a little bit of a slow move, maybe continuation in the same direction of Friday, and then Tuesdays usually see a really nice reversal. Broke trend line, retest, and here we go. Yeah, I actually wish kind of Euro had made such a nice clean PA, or even pound. Yep, something that I'm starting to look at as well is not just the dollar index, but also the Euro index. Yep, also the Euro index, right? And it provides a lot of information as well. Maybe not so much on the euro dollar, but even if you are starting to look at the other euro pairs, it actually provides a lot of information. For example, if we have seen, I noticed the break of this low in here, and when price was reacting from this supply, kind of expecting, okay, this is kind of showing the direction. This is literally the break of this low, open space for price to fulfill this compression and to get to the extreme. Then at the extreme, price will just make a decision, either respects it or breaks it, but at least it opens the door for price to go all the way there. And yeah, nice PA in here as well. And if you are aware of this, if you are kind of aware that maybe, okay, maybe now from here I'm expecting euro weakness, you can then go to your euro pairs and try to look for opportunities. To delete this. And try to look for those opportunities, right? It's actually interesting to look at. Yep, it's something that I'm trying to pay attention to as well. Yeah, I think we just broke this low, so this is done. In the bigger picture, this euro index, at least from the time frame that I have, I don't have that much more data. Maybe. Yeah, the maximum I have in here is back in February 2020. That's kind of even around COVID, or before even the spikes on COVID. And euro is retesting these lows in here. So maybe we are going to see either some reversal on euro, or you're going to even break this low. Because I have no idea where this will actually reacting from on the left side. It makes it tricky. But maybe we're going to do something like this or not. We did react it from this side, so there is no break to the upside in here. We did broke this high in there. This is actually a a nice zone. Imagine that you are aware of this back in, when was it? Back in May 2021. It's actually, I kind of predicted that move on euro. But it's a nice one, right? It's a nice confluence that you can pay attention to. If you are aware of this, maybe expect that over weakness from all these periods. This is a David chart, right? Space, left shoulder. You see, beautiful, beautiful KM. Quite beautiful. You mean you and your sister? That you are so close. Yeah, but nice KM in here. Yeah, if you are aware of these ones, like looking at the indices, it actually, oh my god, this again. It actually makes it really interesting, because then you can combine it, can correlate it, look for the correlation between the other ones, look for the setups on individual pair, and there you go. You may find great opportunities to trade. These are my indicators. Since I don't use any indicators, these indices are actually the ones that I look for to predict, to find confluence in certain pairs. Yep. So yeah, this is what I was looking for. Nasdaq. So the indices, US indices actually going down. A lot of earnings this week. Maybe there's still orders in here that I was maybe looking for. After the break of this, you can start looking for sales, especially after price react from here. But maybe I was still looking for that one. So nice. Okay, move down. Jesus. Nothing now. Maybe fill out the space until here. Maybe that could be an option. S&P, I think, is doing something similar. Yep, S&P. These breakout trend lines, apparently they work quite nicely as well on the indices. As a confirmation, maybe to start looking for the opposite. But they do work quite nicely. Yeah. And yeah, let's go straight away into crypto straight away. So yeah, what's next, right? I managed to sell the top. If I knew that this was actually the top for the moment, of course I would have held it. But I didn't. Right, I talked exactly 1 week ago. That's why I actually got my interest in here. That I mentioned that I was looking at this space, kind of between this high and this end of compression, and that's where I was looking for. That's why I kind of got my attention in here to look for the sell. Not just that, actually, it was the compression towards there that actually got my attention too. It was all this compression, and this is actually one of my favorite setups. I can even talk about it. Maybe on this time frame you don't really realize that this is an engulf to downside, so you can even go to the 1 hour, for example, and it's a little bit more clear. Yep. Yeah, on 1 hour you can see it more clearly. These lows, they literally broke these ones, and after that we start having that compression. Don't forget that this low, this high in here, had already broken into the other compression on the left side. So be aware of both scenarios, of the compression on the left side and where price most likely wanted to go, which is kind of to fill that space, and then the information that price is already giving. Basically, this one is kind of indication that price wants to go further down and maybe just to test the next zone, maybe somewhere in here, or even use this one instead, somewhere in here, at least that space. And then we have all this compression, right? So seeing an engulf to downside and then compression, it's one of my favorite. It's actually one of my favorites. It's trying to see where price actually gets exhausted after the break. Maybe you could have expected this one, but now if you do the higher time frame analysis, you realize that price actually still had that space to fill. the Forex return. So this is actually your level that you need to pay attention to. This is actually one of my favorite setups, which noticing how the compression on the way up, seeing price going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, until that's going to be that low. Eventually that is broken, and that's maybe you're going to find that opportunity. After the turn, you can start kind of selling aggressively with your target. It can even be this one in here. This is actually a really nice setup. You have a specific target. You can even expect price to go even further down, because as I mentioned, this was kind of already an engulf to downside. Maybe even look for the next target somewhere in here. And yeah, you have a specific price to look for. We have price already being completely like all the orders on the way up being taken as prices goes up because of compression. So this one is clean. It's just ready for price to go and fill the space. If you find these compressions levels, if you find with that engulf to the downside, just wait for that turn and you are free to go. That's actually a really good setup. Yeah, after that, yes, after that the setup changes. Like one thing is to trade the higher high, the fake out, and now another thing is kind of to trade the quasi model of the setup. We have a new break to the lows, we have a new break to the downside, and now price rates are tested. We have a new KM in here, and this is actually a nice setup there. So what's next in here, right? So where is the target? What is a viable target for these cells? Yeah. Second. There's maybe some orders in here. There's maybe some spice in there. Of course, this demand is kind of still fresh. This one kind of was being taken without this. But this is the last one that actually hold price up. I'll be surprised if price just stops in here. You can maybe take this one and get a little bit close to this extreme. In terms of breaking highs on the way, kind of broke this one, which respected immediately this one. This one just, okay, it's done in there. And there's maybe still orders in there. And this is a fake out, maybe reacting from here and continue down. That could be one option. The price can easily start doing this. Yeah, so far we have this compression. Let's see when price actually breaks a high. Whenever if BTC is actually starting to think about turning and going higher, you want to slowly start to see highs being broken on the way down. So that's a good trigger as well to see happening. For example, now even one good thing, yeah, it would be maybe okay, create this level in here. Something like that. We have this price in here. And it's doing this. Down and respect this one continues downside. This could be maybe now a good trade in here. We have all these highs and some spice in there. So that could happen. And eventually until price maybe gets either in here or goes a little bit further down and gets close to this extreme. Not sure if price will reverse before maybe getting even below this level. Maybe in here. Maybe on the higher time frame, if I put in on the daily, maybe it tells me a different story. And yeah, nice moves on the way down. Let's see what's going to happen. Yeah, it's going to be a nice move in there on BTC to continue to the downside. Or we test this level instead. Yeah. That could be one option. 4-hour. Yeah, somewhere in here, a twist. Daily. We just broke this daily demand. So maybe some deeper trades can be. We have this one in here. This one with that one can be interesting as well. And this one I think is still fresh. This one in here can still be fresh, or at least on the daily. Is it? Or it was touched? Maybe it was touched in there. But it was around the level that I mentioned. Yeah, let's see. That could be maybe a nice zone. And this one in here could hold price down. And actually that pattern that I just said, it could happen. Yeah, why not? That would be something interesting to see. Ethereum, different story. Different story. So again, kind of when I talked about it, price was reversing in here, 22nd, 23rd. Yeah, so again, if you want to reverse price, right, we can see how this previous support that may most likely work as resistance. You can literally see that level in there. We had this demand in here, supply. Sorry, we had this small supply, exactly where price reacted to, with that fast spike. Now, the zone above is still a little bit fresh. It's still kind of left behind. If you really want to touch that 1711, kind of where these previous lows were to, it may still be fresh. But a great way to, of course, to manipulate everyone is to create some highs that can be used to break it, right? We broke these lows, we hadn't really broken any low before the final fake out, so that kind of puts me in alert. I would have preferred to see something like this happening. First the break of a low to show indication, and then the final fake out. There is some lows broken in here on the war time frame. Again, good compression in there. Just before the final fake out, which is nice to see. Yeah, this is Ethereum. So is it going to still touch the 1700? Right, touch those previous lows, or is it just going to react from here? It's a nice daily zone in there. That's kind of the question. This is a daily demand. We have this previous level of resistance that maybe is going to work now on the opposite side. That's kind of the key level to see, right? We have all these lows in here. They could be nicely faked out. There's maybe something somewhere in here that price could bounce from. And nevertheless, first we still have this demand, right? Which is literally where price is kind of reacting from now. So let's see. I would like to see first some highs being broken before even thinking about any reversal. We kind of have this trend line. Yeah, this level is still fresh in here. Price can touch that and can continue down. Yeah, I would like to see these lows being taken personally before even thinking about any move to the upside. That's kind of where I was looking at. We have all this compression in here. Yeah, compressed. This is the final zone. If you do break it, it could be a good signal. Yeah, this level for me is kind of still fresh as well. We have our this accumulation of highs in here, and none of them really went kind of to this level. So that could be interesting as well as a good potential zone to look for. Still that one, maybe still this one. And let's see. Now I'm looking for the sales. For sales, not for targets. Definitely that this kind of support resistance may be important. Yeah, let's see. Nothing really stands out to me. I don't know if I'll be even looking for any longs somewhere in here. We have this above all, which I don't really like it in terms of looking for any longs above it. Maybe just underneath it. Maybe just do it fake out. If price gets there. Yeah. Do you guys like to look at the crypto as well? Do you like to trade any specific coin in here? Yeah, let's see what price is going to do. Far good reaction from top. From the highs. Yeah, let's look at major FX. Okay, let's continue to move down. And the dollar going higher. Yeah, I think we're going to break out this. So here on the dollar index as well, like a nice situation towards the break of this. Or actually we broke these walls, right? So this one happened first. This kind of for me can give an indication of where price wants to go next, even before, and then we have the fake out. If kind of this one happens first and then just fake out, maybe this is kind of maybe what you look for. Maybe something like that. Engulf, shows direction, and then fake out, and then price is free to continue. But if you actually have that engulf first up, then you can have the fake out, and now price maybe going to have a deeper trace. Otherwise, maybe don't have that deeper trace to the upside. It's just something that I pay attention to. Yeah, let's take a look at major extreme here. Yeah, euro, right? Euro. I was looking for it in here, and this fake out was enough. This fake out was enough, right? So as you have seen on Saturday, my bias was, yep, let's look for that deeper trace to the downside, and dollar index it would go for to the upside. So that will be my bias for the beginning of the week, to look for that reversal. Yeah, euro personally looking a little bit above it. Apparently, this small breakout in there, it actually touches something in here on the war time frame. So me expecting price to go there, it was a little bit maybe too much, because there's actually something in there to react to. Yeah, this relevant here, I believe so. Yeah, there's some wicks in here. There you go. We had fake out, and that was enough. Then price just respecting all these left shoulders in here, all these tops. That was just fake out again in here, and this actually could have been the great trade today. This entry. We have literally this spice in here. We have even a new break of a low, which is nice to see. Kind of price. 1 second. Small trace, goes down, takes it, and now it goes up, takes it, and goes. Right. It's exactly what we have in here. It's not even like this, like this. Nice. This is a queen supply zone in there with spice. That's actually a nice zone to look for the sell. When price opened today at London session. Yep. After that, just move to downside, and I kind of think that price will eventually carry on moving lower on the euro. Yeah, I made it. Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah. So where next? What's the next level for the euro? After earning. Is going to happen again? Like, is it going to be where after an ECB press conference, which is somewhere in there, euro is going to just drop? Like the same. This was the previous ECB press conference as well, and basically euro it just created a new high in there, and after that just a big drop to downside. Or this is just for now, and tomorrow with ECB maybe we're going to flip and we're going to see euro getting a little bit stronger with dollar weakness, right? There's a lot of issues going on in the eurozone with the gas supply and so on. So there's a lot of issues. So looking for euro weakness is not strange at all. But looking at PA and the price action, I would actually like to see some dollar weakness happening. So that would mean kind of euro getting a little bit stronger for now. There is maybe this around this one, maybe that's where I would start to look for, below these levels, or even below here. It's maybe where I'll be looking for. Any specific zone, guys, that maybe you guys look at on the euro? Let me know in the comments if you look at the euro, if you're looking at something. I think this is an engulf to the upside as well, because we took this one in here. So kind of that could be an engulf to the upside. Looking at the daily, this is kind of a level in there. Mind we have all these left shoulders that price can use. Yeah. So let's see. There's maybe some zones in here that price can actually go and use it. In there. Yeah, I'm curious. I am curious to see where price is going to be tomorrow by this time, when you are so close to, when you'll be so close to the interest rate decision. And then again, similar to what I mentioned last live stream, the different moments when you have the interest rate decision, right? Between the moment that the interest rate decision is released, from then when this reading is a statement, and then when the Q&A starts. So you have those three moments where you can see some shift momentum in the price. So yep, let's see. I don't really think that anything in here is going to hold, even though okay, we have this demand in there. Is it going to hold? I'm not sure. I think price will just break this week. I think it's going to go below this week. I would like to see price going below this week before anything. So yeah, this is going to be one of the key levels that I want to see. I want to see this level being taken before looking for any longs. Yep, I want to see this week, which is maybe this week actually, and maybe in here it's going to be the zone. Yep. If you want to look for trend continuation now, you have to look for sales. Okay, this level is holding, so maybe create new moves to downside, and tomorrow maybe we're going to have a fake out of this and just price to continue down. That could be an option. Price fake out this one. Yep, I think it fake out. The pound, let me check the pound. So you're saying looking to short the pound at 120.096, 120.096. That's above the size. Yeah, there's that zone that was left behind, right? Is it in here? 1, yeah, somewhere in here. Yeah, somewhere in here, right? Yeah, this level was kind of left behind. That high never really touched it. And yeah, I was kind of waiting for price as well to get close to that level before looking for if we could find that this high never reacted from there, which kind of let me be a bit indecisive. We didn't broke this low now either, so price just respected this one. We had to bring the Asian session right around here. My favorite zone to add actually to look for the sell again. I think it was somewhere in here. This guy never really faked it out. Just respected and just dropped. I'm actually looking for maybe how to see how price is going to react from there. But yeah, I agree with you in the sense that I'm still aware of that zone above it, because price just respected within this level and it didn't really go there. So I'm aware of that as well. I am aware of that zone. Yep, somewhere in here, right? I am aware of that level. Yep, we didn't really broke the walls in here either. But let's see. But personally, I could also see maybe even within this zone in here. After faking out these highs, how this kind of is compressed. This was one of the last ones, as you can see. This week was kind of still fresh. The exact what price just reacted from here now. So it took the orders, it took these orders from here. So this zone is already weaker. Now we have all this compressed, which is now actually aligned to this high. But there's maybe something in here still that could actually work as a sell. Yeah, it could work as a sell in there. But it's tricky. Yeah, it's not when I'm aware as well that there is some kind of zone above it. I'm always a little bit conservative. I really need to see proper PI that is kind of screaming that price actually wants to reverse from here, instead of actually kind of waiting for that final fake out before price actually turns. So yeah, let's see. And hopefully price will just continue to the upside, even though reacted from here, but hopefully it's going to slowly continue. You can see it literally reacted from this one straight away to this one. Now it's kind of in a range. Needs to make a decision where it goes next. Hopefully it's going to slowly go up. And then let's see what happens after we take this one. Let's see. But I'm aware of this kind of level. I am aware. So let's see. Let's see what's going to happen with the pound. Nice reaction from there, right? We did broke the high. I wanted to see price reversing. That never happened. This demand was respected. I did actually yesterday. It was the only trade I took yesterday. I short in here. It was aligned with that left shoulder on the left side that we just faked out. I was aware that you didn't really broke that demand underneath, but I like the PI. The target by a pip, and then I left at break even. This was my entry. I saw the space between here and this demand zone, and I entered somewhere in here. And my take profit, I think it was somewhere in here. And my T1, by the way, and then I got price just reversed, literally kind of 1 pip away, and I never got the targets. Yep. Yeah, that was it. My T2 was somewhere still above these lows. Price, of course, just reversed. I got out at break even. It was my only trade yesterday. Break even trades. My target, if we get this sell in here, that's a good question. For example, I would have liked to see this low being taken. If this low had been taken, maybe could see price going all the way until maybe somewhere in here. So far, there is a chance that we actually, if we reverse, there is a potential of actually having a deep one and then maybe retesting these left shoulders in here. Let me check the daily. Yeah, maybe somewhere in here could be an option, but this wall hasn't been broken yet. You can see that this is kind of compressing already, but this wall hasn't been broken, so conservative with that aspect. This one respected literally this previous kind of SR zone, and it left kind of the demand somewhere in here behind. This is, yeah, you see it's even a daily as well, daily week, the level that you are kind of still looking at, and that actually can be a really good zone for price to go to during the FOMC. Usually we see price reacting quite nicely from these daily or high time frame levels, just in a spike and then just reverse. That's usually something that it happens. We could even see that happening last week. We take a look at Euro Pound, for example, where Pound reacted from on the, or Euro CAD, for example, during the ECB press conference. Beautiful higher time frame levels. Yeah, that could be one of the targets. I'm not sure. In terms of compression, it will definitely be kind of one of the last ones. You can see that this one is still fresh. All this has been compressed, so expecting price to go above this, it's okay from these lows. But all this is compressed for me. Okay, maybe some orders in there, but not that much. If you break above this high, I think all this is compressed, and there's a chance that then price even can go higher. So I'm not sure if price is ready from here to go and break the lows. I think there's maybe still more room to the upside. And this is the full compression, or the full range that maybe price wants to fill. Let's see. Let's see. That's why kind of if price actually eventually, when you have that deeper trace, I think I'm starting to maybe still look for possible longs. Of course, depends on the approach, and actually depends of where actually these highs are reacting from. But maybe I'll be still looking for longs, maybe to fill out this compression zone to the upside. Yep. And this time I'm going to try to hold the trade, right? And not do like I did in here, where I just bought it and I close it kind of 20 pips afterwards. Exactly at the lows. It's similar to what I did on Bitcoin. I just did that on Pound as well. Yeah. Yeah, that would be kind of my view. But I would like to see this wall being broken. Yeah. What else? Aussie. Aussie, a tricky one as well. Not sure if I want to see top in here, this highs being taken before maybe a reversal. Maybe there's already something in here that you can use for the reversal. Price is compressing in there. Some orders in here. This just took this one. Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to see that. I would like maybe to see if you do break this high and then reverse. I think this is going to be considered as an engulf to the upside. And maybe deep retrace and then go higher, right? What I'm looking for is to see when that deep retrace is going to happen and from where. On Aussie, personally, I think this is the compression zone. So it started from there all the way until somewhere in here. So yeah, I could see price going at least until here to fill it. I don't think this is the final target for the longs. Even though price can retrace, I think then this can eventually is going to go up again to fill it. And this maybe is already actually an engulf to the upside. So price can actually even go even higher. But yeah, I think this is the range that you are trading. That was my prediction 2 weeks ago. Yeah, maybe sometimes you don't even trade or hold the trades for so long. That kind of emotionally, it's a different beast. Or at least try to practice with holding it like just a percentage of the trades, maybe to get used to it. It could be a good practice. I don't know, close 95% or 90% of your position, and then if there's still room, if you think there's still room, just start practicing with those 10% remaining and enjoy it. As long as you don't get affected by having that those 10% open, in order to avoid you or to kind of continue to look for new trades if the opportunity occurs, right? Don't just stay without opening new trades just because you have those 10% open. Otherwise, just close out the trade and go back to zero and start looking for new trades. Yeah, but that could be a practice, an exercise to do in order to look for or to hold it for longs, for longer trades, or yeah, for longer targets. Hi Seb, how are you, man? Yeah, you are welcome, man. Yeah, it doesn't need to be like it's baby steps, right? You want to do it slowly. You don't need to rush into make a big change in your approach. For example, we could another way to kind of maybe hold it, like don't without using trailing stops, right? Just if you start seeing PA that actually tells you that price is about to reverse, maybe that could be the trigger. So okay, now I'm going to close at the remaining 10%. Whatever, right? Don't keep too much of your percentage of your trades, but you can pay around the 10%. Until you get used to, and after you get used to it, more confident, that maybe you can start keeping a little bit more percentage of the trades. If you catch actually a home run, right? You are not going to be trading home runs all the time. You want to track as well, like how many actually of those trades actually would run much more than those 40-50 pips that you're talking about, right? So yeah, Aussie. Because again, during the Asian session, these guys they basically turn all of them during the Asian session, and then during the London Open, there was maybe a small, there you go, that small retrace to reverse. Yeah, I think my favorites on one more time, me and my extremes, it will have been a little bit above it, not just in here, but actually kind of, I think on the 15 it's more visible. Yeah, it would have been that level. This one in here to look for. We have the fake out of this level, so that's enough, kind of enough to start looking for the reversal. Touched and go. That could be a good trade. That actually could have been a good entry. Most likely many people would have traded that. look for this fake out, touched and go, and carry on and go to the upside after the fake out of this high as well, yesterday's high. Yeah, that could have been a good trigger, but if I'm aware that there's still kind of space in here, I struggle to open trades in here without this one actually being filled first. Yeah, just me. I managed to catch those trades in the middle. I hope I 5 to you if you got it. Yeah, what else? Compression. I still see more downside on the Aussie as well. So let's see until where. Nevertheless, I could still see this double top being taken. Go there and then reverse. So a few tricks, a few situations that can happen in here. Yeah, let's see. Tomorrow it's going to move a lot as well. I think there's some news this during the night on the Aussie. Yeah, I think there's something in there. What else? Euro Aussie, for example, big move to the downside. Maybe in alignment with that Euro index that we just saw. It's reacting from this small demand in there. Yeah, if you are aware of it, for example, if you are aware of that Euro index, that maybe you saw that there was room to the downside, there you go. Maybe you can try to find some shorts on the Euro Aussie, for example, or Euro CAD as well. Could have been another scenario, right? You can take a look at Euro CAD. We saw as well that today, literally, it's just going to the downside. If we take a look at Euro Pound as well, it has been just going to the downside. And if that Euro index analysis, it could have given you a good confluence. Can you see this big move to the downside on Euro Pound? It's massive, right? And that if you don't really like that Euro index analysis could have helped you to try to maybe identify maybe some short opportunities on these Euro pairs. Yeah, that's usually what I'm starting to follow and to understand. Maybe not exactly on the Euro, even though the Euro as well today, as you can see, big moves to the downside, but even on the other ones, on the other Euro pairs, it can maybe find a great opportunity. Euro Yen as well, big move to the downside in here today. So yeah. Yeah, man, the trading box, it's amazing. It's amazing. I love it. I'm using a lot for the pullback entry. It has been my favorite entry. Now that I changed it, initially I was waiting for the pullback like 30% and I was missing a lot of trades. And I was, what the fuck? This doesn't really make sense, this pullback, because I kind of wait for the extreme to enter. Then if I'm still waiting for 30% more into the kind of the demand zone, then I was missing a lot. Price was just touching my zone and going away. But if it's just kind of 10% of the retrace inside, now I'm getting good entries. I still let price go a little bit more into it if it needs to, but if it just touches and goes, I'm still into the trade. So yeah, it's amazing. Now it's my favorite entry, the pullback entry. Seb, what a pain since yesterday with BTC. Why and where are we going? Savan is going down even further. What could be the trigger for entering a long reversal? That's a good question. Yeah, maybe I can go back to the crypto. Nothing much going on in here. Our card as well, just bouncing in between. You broke this low, but nothing much. So it's not even a pair that I've been following. Yeah, let's just take a look at that one, at crypto again. And dollar yen as well. Dollar yen is just bouncing. Yeah, I'm still wishing for dollar yen to go higher. My wishful thought. I think I did the analysis the other day. I think I see this one as an engulf, even this one as well. Now this compressed, so I kind of can see price going down, but just because I missed the long, the short from the top, I'm just wishing that prices go back to the top once more, because I've been screaming at this 139, and I really want to be able to participate on it. Yeah. So hopefully the variant is going to go higher before it goes down. Yeah, that's it. And a follow-up just on the Aussie yen, that setup that I talked about last time. So I saw this big setup in here, kind of this is an engulf for me to the downside, and we just had this engulf yesterday. I think it was yesterday, it was today. Yesterday, the price just reversed. Now what's next, right? Is price going to react from here and go down? How this may be compressed. So maybe it opened the door to go down, or we are actually going to, before actually going down, maybe still fake out this high first and then go further down. That would be my favorite scenario, something like this to happen, and that's what kind of going to be looking for. Nice reaction already from this left shoulder, but the orders have been taken, and now that we have the engulf down, why not just fake out this size one more time, get a little bit closer to here, and then turn. Yep, that would be my ideal. I'll keep an eye on this. Maybe when dollar yen is going to go to the have a big drop, maybe Aussie yen can follow. Let's see what's going to happen in there. So let's take a look at that BTC just one more time, just because Seb is asking. Yeah, use 10% as well, right? To be honest with you, I haven't really tried the KMs. I haven't even made the update, to be honest. I haven't had time. I just bought the online trading journal Edgewonk, something like that. I think that's the name, and I've been entertained with it. Yeah, I was looking for a kind of more automatic trading the journal, where I wouldn't need to fill all the setups, all the everything, like all the data, and I could just focus more on the custom variables that I want to track, right? With the specific ones that are for my trading plan strategy, and then some other stuff like my night routine, did I work out, did I meditated or not, like I don't know, my mood, mindset, and so on and so forth, right? Those are the things that I actually want to track. And another situation that I really like about the trading journal that Edgewonk is the opportunity to include the missed trades. Because the missed trades is it's something that you like, if you don't track your missed trades, it's going to be hard to know actually the potential of your strategy. Because one thing is what you actually trade, that's the real result, but you need to be aware as well of the expectancy outcome, right? Like when you are looking at football as well, the expected goals versus actually the real results. And just by tracking missing trades, tracking mistakes, tracking variables, that's when then you can automatize your performance, and you be more aware of actually what kind of mistakes you are doing, if you're missing stuff or not. BTC. That was better, right? Yeah, BTC is just coming down, right? After the break of this low, kind of this lows in here, kind of expected that the door could be opened for price to go further down. It was actually a nice reaction in there. I think I already talked about that. And yeah, what's next, right? I think I talked about it. Kind of maybe somewhere in here could be an opportunity. This is a daily low, which is kind of important. So maybe after a daily low, maybe you can have some retracement. If you look at this low in here on the higher time frame on the daily chart, this is a daily low. So after that, maybe you have that you can have some kind of retracement. However, I think I'll be surprised if price doesn't get a little bit closer to here before maybe turning. But yeah, these guys apparently anytime they turn, they actually turn. they don't just stop in the middle and then just go. They actually offer good opportunities to re-enter if you want to find some trades in between, kind of even somewhere in here or whatever in here, or regardless. You actually have some kind of a few more opportunities if you are a good trend continuation trader. I think the crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and so on, I think they offer kind of a good setups. Maybe on FX, you just see kind of price going, and all of a sudden you have a deep retrace, and then you go again, and then a deep retrace, and then you go, and then whatever, different moves. Yeah, I think I would like to see price going a little bit farther there. Savannah that you asked as well, right? It's different. So it's actually maybe close to a good level. This move up. So there was this spike in here. After this big impulse. Yeah, there is this spike in here. This is a zone to look for. Would you expect something like that in there to react from? Maybe a little bit further down. Have we broken any highs already? Broke this one. This one is being respected. This one is being respected in there. So I want at least to see some more highs being broken before looking for the reversal. We are compressing, which is a good sign. Maybe something in here. Let me check for our time frame. That's why it's fresh there. Does it make sense where price reacted from? The base of this. It was the start of this compression. Yeah, it was still fresh. So this supply was still fresh, right? All of this has been kind of compressed, and this supply was still fresh in here. That is actually a nice reaction. I don't know if this is the extreme of this compression. Maybe there's more room to the upside, or maybe I overdid this compression. Maybe the compression could have kind of started in here, and then the other one above, and then the compression again would start if we do break this high. So kind of there was this one in the middle that could hold it. Regardless, I'll just use all of it. But yeah, maybe this level in here or this one in there. I would be more inclined to look for this one in here. We did break this demand zone, so price could react and continue down. Let's see, or even something underneath. Yeah, not sure about this one. Yeah, something like this. Let's see how price reacts from here. After the break of these two, this could have been a good target for the shorts. Expecting price to go and fill this spice in here, which just did it. So yeah, you want to find this level, right? This is beginning of the compression. You have this impulse up, and then you have this beginning of the compression. Then price just starts compressing on the way up, taking all of them until eventually you have maybe a break of that low that maybe gives you the trigger to then start looking for the sell. And as soon as you kind of flipped and you start breaking lows, then eventually you're going to have all this space in here filled, all this compression zone until this lows. And those are the best trades. That's what you want to see it, and so on and so forth. Yeah, let's compress until kind of maybe reacts from this supply zone, even broke it maybe, and eventually you have that break of a low in there, and there you go. You can turn, look for it, and I can start trading it. Break it, break it. Okay, guys, this is already 1 hour. Jesus. Check out the other website at the 10 box. I'm seeing the levels you're looking at. Yeah, I mean, that's why I kind of don't need the other one, because I found exactly the same stuff. If it was something that I was not looking at, or if I was not finding it, maybe I would include it. Because I don't really need all those boxes. I like my charts. They may already be a little bit messy or not, but I like to see my charts clean. Because I think by looking at what you show me, I think I already found those levels by myself. Yeah. Okay, guys. Yeah, it has been already 1 hour. Usually on Tuesday it's a little bit shorter. I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. Again, tomorrow FOMC, so exactly in 24 hours time. So stay safe. Don't forget your stop losses and follow your trading plan. That's the most important, right? Stay disciplined. Yeah, next stream Saturday. Yep, I'm trying to upload more videos, like short clips from the live streams. I've been editing a few stuff, so we're going to start seeing that. And I'm so close to the 500 subs, so I think 3 or 4 more subs. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel and to get to that mark, to that 500 subs mark, and then to get to 1000 in a few months time. Thank you very much, guys. See you next time. Obrigado.